Welcome to this episode of Talking Tai Chi with me, the Teapot Monk, and this special bonus podcast in response to a number of questions that have arisen over the last few months. And so as this series comes to the end, and before launching anything else, I thought I'd like to take out 5 minutes to answer those questions and update you a little bit in what's been brewing in the Tai Chi world of the Teapot Monk. So let's get straight into the first and most frequent question, which I'm endlessly replying to, which is, why sometimes do I have to go to teapotmonk.com, or why do I sometimes have to go to 21stcenturytaichi.com? Why one? Why the other? Why are there even two sites? What's it all about? Well, it's a bit boring, but I'll briefly say as much as I can in one short paragraph. So, yes, teapotmonk.com, it's where all the articles and insights are held, but no training. Whilst over at 21stcenturytaichi.com, you'll find all of the training resources. Hopefully that's clear. Now, some of you have, when I've told you this before, I've asked you, why don't I have them all on one site? And that's a good question, but one site doesn't offer everything. So that's why you end up having to split your energies in two different places. So I need huge amounts of data storage, terabytes of the stuff to store all the courses on, and all the audio and all the books and all the videos and all the training and all the workouts, etc., etc. And I can't get that on the Teapot Monk site. So that's probably why. Plus I need membership access and forums and mailing tools and webinar facilities and a messaging system, so that you can contact me quickly. That's that little speech bubble in the corner, by the way, for those of you who wonder what it was. And, you can't get all of that on one. So you end up having to pay for two sites, two lots of subscriptions, two lots of storages. It just goes on and on. I'd rather it all be on one, honestly. But anyway, that's the basic idea. Just remember two things. Teapot Monks for reading about Tai Chi, and 21stcenturytaichi.com is for doing it right. Hopefully that's resolved. On to question number 2. Recently you've been releasing the Tai Chi workshops. How are these different from the Tai Chi workouts? Oh yes, I know, probably a bad choice of name on my behalf because they sound very similar. I know, it's confusing, even I get confused at times. But it doesn't help them sounding alike, I know. So fundamentally the workshops, the ones I started this year, and that a couple now exist on the site, are standalone specialized studies on specific elements of Tai Chi, such as the How to Learn Tai Chi in Silence, or the follow-up workshop, which was on, or was it the first? I can't remember now. How to develop flow in Tai Chi, or develop your balance work, these sorts of things. They don't require any background training, but consists of a range of different support materials, including articles, videos, audio, and more, with the aim of teaching you very, very specific elements of Tai Chi. The workouts, on the other hand, these are 10-minute sessions released each week, and they focus on different approaches to health and fitness with a Tai Chi slant. They comprise a standalone course in themselves, or you get it bundled when you become a ninja or flying dragon on the academy as members. So hopefully that's answered that question. Question number 3. Where do I go then to find out what's new each month? Right, so yes, 21stcenturytaichi.com is where you need to go and look for a tab on the top called This Month. It changes at the beginning of every month, and you'll find suggestions of what to do, where to go, and what to practice, including podcasts, articles, videos, audiobooks, reviews, example. In April of this year, I'm going to be reviewing a book on the soft approach to hardness, and it's by Thomas Crum, Magic of Conflict, if you've heard of it. An excellent book, a must for anyone's library. Really interesting, not about Tai Chi, but basically the approach to overcoming hardness with softness. You also find things like new PDFs, such as the one on balance that came out recently. If you haven't got that, you can go over and get it. And this month, the introduction of something completely new, and that's what this month is all about. I try and experiment and introduce new stuff. This month it is the sketchy whiteboard video idea, which is a completely subjective history of the martial arts and Tai Chi from the Big Bang to the present day. But, and this is a difference, you're going to need to be an Academy member to view it, either as a Flying Dragon Ninja or a Grasshopper. Which brings me to question 4. What are the differences in memberships, and why should I even bother to join when I've got no interest in doing so? So, understandable. Let me just briefly give you my response to this very common question. Membership consists of these 3 categories, as I said before. Let me just run over them quickly for you. A Flying Dragon member is predominantly, well, they all are for support. Basically, it's your way of saying, I understand what you're trying to do and I want to be able to give you some support back in some way. I take the free stuff off your site, I might buy something, I might not, but at least I'm going to show you that I'm supportive. So that's partly why it is. But Flying Dragons go beyond that. They also get access to everything on the site. All the 12-month courses, all the 30-day courses, all the short courses, all the books, all the audiobooks, all the workshops and all the workouts, and they get access to it forever. Now, they'll also get access to personal feedback channels should you be training as a practitioner or as a teacher and you want that extra feedback. How do you do it? Well, you pay a subscription each year for 3 years and then it stops. Well, your payments stop, but your access doesn't. That's right, you get to keep access to everything that's ever been created and will ever be created, but you pay no more than just the 3 years. So that's Flying Dragon membership for you. The other one is the Quiet Ninja, which is either a monthly or yearly subscription, and again it's showing support first and foremost, but also ninjas get discounts. They get 50 quid discounts off either the complete course or the short form course, plus they get access to all the workshops and workouts and some extra resources, as well as learning how to walk without making lots of noise, leap over rooftops and wear black clothes with style. That's the popular Quiet Ninja membership level. Finally, for those of you who are not familiar with it, there is a free level and it's called Grasshopper. This level gives you access to the odd webinars, the sketchy history like I was talking about earlier, plus you get a 3-day introductory course on Tai Chi and 4 Tai Chi workouts. That's Grasshopper level, which is free to everyone to join. Finally, well, is there anything else to membership? Yes, there is. As I said, producing all this content does require a considerable amount of time and effort and energy, and so by joining you tell me you are interested in more than just grabbing a freebie and disappearing forever. You tell me that you're part of a network of interested and interesting people, and you tell me that you have a different agenda. You're looking for ways to make changes, ways to grow, ways to connect, and maybe even share some of that journey. So in short, you separate yourself from the bulk of people who grab stuff off the site and drop by but never return. And so hence my emphasis going forward on encouraging you to become members. Okay, well that's about it. There's 2 quick questions at the end that I want to cram in very briefly. Someone asks, am I working on a new book on Tai Chi? It's been a long time since I've released one, and it's true, I am. It could be out as early as next month or the month after. It's going to be a Tai Chi workbook, unlike anything I've done before, and probably unlike anything you've seen before. But it's going to be very visual, so expect something very powerful visually, at least. That's what I hope. More news about that for members and sneak previews as I go through the next month or 2. Final question was about the podcast. What's happening with that, given the final episode was the other week? So yeah, I've got another 8 episodes lined up that they're going to be added. So make sure you're subscribed to get notified when they start to get released, which I've got some work to do on them first, but hopefully sometime over the next few weeks. So that's it, no more questions. Thank you for those of you who submitted questions, and thank you for everyone for taking out the time to listen to this Talking Tai Chi series. Please leave comments, please tell me what you think, whether you want more or less, whether there's something that I haven't addressed and you'd like me to. Before you go, 3 things you can do right now that will make a big change and a big impact on this podcast and the future of practicing Tai Chi with me. So if you've got a pen, write them down. Number 1, given you're listening to this already, probably in your podcast app, whilst you're there, leave a review. Preferably a 5-star. I'm not interested in 4, 3, 2 or 1. 5-star please, on Spotify, Apple, Google or whatever platform you're using. This will make me insanely happy, and it will really help other people to find it. So that's number 1. Number 2 is go over to 21stcenturytaichi.com and join up as a member. Told you it's free, and that way you're going to get access to the sketchy history and lots more that's coming up. Thirdly, finally, whilst you're over there wondering how to fill your time, check out the This Month tab that I mentioned earlier, and keep that pinned to your browser. For each month you'll get a new list of crazy and amazing content. I look forward to greeting you all as new members over on the site and working towards something very special from here on in. Okay, thanks for listening and speak soon. Looking to discover what Tai Chi can do for you, or curious and would like to know a little more? Well, just come over to 21stcenturytaichi.com. Look for the link in the show notes. There's short introductory courses, breathing, health, Tai Chi form, sword, philosophy applications and more, plus books, PDFs and great videos and even music. Got a question? Track me down on social media as the Teapot Monk. Thanks for listening.